What's up guys, Crossroads Carry here, and today we're going to be doing a 1,000 round review of the Ruger LCP Max. Alright guys, welcome back to the Crossroads Carry channel. I appreciate you stopping by. If you enjoy this kind of content, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps with the algorithm. But let's get right into this thing. Alright, so the Ruger LCP Max, it's a very tiny gun, sub 3-inch barrel, very small. You know, it fits in the palm of my hand. I wear roughly large size gloves. I did get the stainless version. I did that mostly for rusting issues and you know, bad Cerakote, I suppose. But the original LCPs had a lot of issues with rusting, and that's just not something that I wanted to get into. So stainless is definitely the way to go, especially for a pocket pistol. Anytime you can buy stainless, if you're shooting for a pocket pistol, that's definitely going to be the way to go. Have I had any issues with the Ruger LCP Max? Within the first 2 magazines when I got the gun, I did have one failure to extract, and I do believe that my grip got up a little high, and I think I actually prevented the slide from going back. I haven't had any other issues with that. The only other issues that I've had are actually with this 12 round mag that I bought at my gun store. Now, the gun actually came like this, and as it sits, it's perfectly fine. However, I bought this mag at the gun store, and I was initially, it wasn't locking the slide back on the last round, which that's not really the end of the world. However, also down toward the end of the magazine, the last couple of rounds, those 11th and 12th rounds, sometimes it would fail to feed, and so I realized that there was something wrong with this magazine, and so I kind of put it on the shelf and haven't really messed with it. I've been pretty much just shooting the 10 round mag. I do have the extended pinky base plate on there. I have the flush base plate, just don't have it installed right now. But I hit up Ruger after taking these apart. I noticed that the mag springs were the same length, and basically when they first started manufacturing these 12 round magazines, they assumed that the 10 round mag spring would be powerful enough, you know, to support the extra 2 rounds and have everything feed and cycle properly. But that didn't turn out to be the case. So later on down the road, they put a beefier spring in the 12 round. I assume that, you know, my gun shop just had a bunch of these on hand from back in the day. It was brand new in the package. It's not like I bought a used mag or anything, but it does have these issues. So let's go ahead and just show you real quick. So with the flush mag, slide locks back no problem. Alright, and then we're going to put in our 10 round mag. It's not locking back. Now if I put a little pressure down on the bottom to kind of push it upward, I can get it to lock back, but if you can see, it's not locked all the way up there. It's sort of barely up there. You see, I just pushed it the rest of the way in. So there's not enough spring power in the magazine to actually lift that thing up into its actual position. So anyway, I got a hold of Ruger's customer service about 2 days ago, and the very next day they sent me an email back. They already had a order for it and everything, and they said they're going to go ahead and ship me a whole new 12 round magazine, which is great. What I actually asked for though was just the 12 round spring and follower, because the follower is kind of difficult to remove from the spring. So they decided they was going to send me the whole magazine, which is pretty sweet. I'll let you know how that goes when it arrives. But now I've got this extra 12 round magazine. Remember, I do have the flush base plate, so what I'm thinking about doing is taking this extended base plate and retainer off, buying the original Ruger 10 round magazine retainer clip, you know, this piece in the bottom, and then I can just have this as a as the flush mag. This will be the pinky extension mag, and then the new one that they send me will be my 12 round. So then I'll have 3 magazines, and hopefully they'll all function. All right, now let's take a look at this trigger pull. Okay, there is definitely a little take up, and we get to this wall, a little bit of mush, and then it breaks. Let's look at this reset. It's a little long, but it's not super long. Mush, and break. Now, if I was guessing, I don't have a trigger gauge, but if I was guessing, I would say this thing is somewhere around 5.5, maybe 6 pounds. It's a little heavy, but for a pocket pistol and for defense purposes, a little bit heavier trigger is not necessarily a bad thing. This isn't a competition gun that you're going to take and shoot 1,000 rounds through in an afternoon at 75 yards. This thing is more of a get off me gun. You pull it out, you pop a couple of rounds, and hopefully you're able to escape from whatever situation that you were in. Now, the other big problems that people have with the Ruger LCP Max is with the takedown lever, or the takedown pin, I suppose. The original pins here, which this is the stock one, I guess after taking it apart a bunch of times, this head can actually shear off, and then you have to either get another one from Ruger, or they make a beefier aftermarket pin that a lot of people have went to. Now, I haven't had that issue yet, but I think a lot of that is because people are using tools, screwdrivers and stuff, to try to pop this thing out. Now, I don't really even have thumbnails very much, but I can pull this back and get in there with my thumbnail. I'm not going to pop it out for YouTube purposes, but I can get in there and pop that thing right out. I don't need a tool to take this gun down, and most of you won't either. So some of the complaints on this pistol are unwarranted, in my opinion. Now, one other big thing, the Bodyguard 2.0 just came out. It seems to be a great gun. I haven't shot it yet, but a lot of people are saying that it doesn't feed the Underwood Extreme Defenders. Now, if you're carrying a 380 pocket pistol, you're going to want an ammo that's going to penetrate, and those Extreme Defenders are really where it's at. And so if I'm carrying a 380 pistol that won't run those, it's just not an option for me. So that's why I am really happy with the Ruger LCP Max. I just had no issues feeding any kind of ammo that I put through it thus far. So I guess the big question would be, would I recommend this thing? I definitely would recommend the Ruger LCP Max. It's probably one of the best pocket pistols on the market. Now, there are some other ones that are great, like I said, the Bodyguard 2.0, but then again, it's not going to run, or at least not reliably, your Underwood Extreme Defenders. So that's an issue. But we've had Kel-Tecs and the original LCP and many pocket pistols throughout the years. But I really like this one. The stack and a half style capacity. It's tiny size, the tritium dot, black serrated rear. Everything is kind of how I would want it. It's been a fantastic pistol thus far. Like I said, 1,000 rounds. And look at our barrel wear after 1,000 rounds. It's very minimal. Okay, that's really impressive. This thing is phenomenal for a pocket carry gun. But what I wanted to show you is the micro dagger. That is worn quite extensively, and this thing only has 380 rounds through it. I'm not talking crap. It's been a great gun, and I've actually been carrying it. As you can see, sorry about the dust in the lens there, but I upgraded to True Glow night sights, and then I actually moved the 407K off of my Hellcat Pro and put it on here. The Hellcat Pro has aftermarket night vision sights that are already taller, and this thing sits lower than the Sealy Cat Zero, so I swapped them out, and now I can co-witness with both, no problem. Sorry about the dust in the lens. But so there is the micro dagger. The Ruger LCP Max is a hammer-fired pistol. It does have the internal hammer. You can see it's up right now, and there it's back. And we'll just Well, that just about does it for the Ruger LCP Max review. New uploads are going to be on Fridays moving forward, and enjoy your weekend.